I guess I'm live now. Please start commenting. I don't even know how to operate this thing. Anybody watching? How's this work? Please help. Josh here. Comment if you're alive and watching me. Who is it? Who's here? Please tell me. I'm so confused. Maybe I'll go this way. Lindsay Everett, you with me? Tim Calver's with me. Who else is with me? Let's hear it. Comment, share. Tim doesn't even know why he's here right now. Do you, Tim? How do I read comments? Chris, thanks for coming in here. I don't even know where to start today. Vicky, I got some nice socks on for. Oh, thanks, Chris. I didn't know if anybody was watching. Vicky, I got some green socks on for you. I got this shirt here for today. Unfortunately, I didn't get our buddy Isaiah Mills to write it backwards for us, but what are you gonna do? Hey, Michelle, the guest of honor. God bless you, my dear. I'm gonna talk about you a little bit. I'm gonna tell you about me, and I know you're gonna tell us a hell of a story later. We're here for you, my dear. I got a great little story about you, I think. It'll explain everything. Vicky, thank you. I'm going to do a little bit of a tour. I'm in my bedroom right now. And I was having sort of some chats with two of my favorite Kentucky twangy ladies. I think, you know, one of them sells mattresses and goes by the name Beth Workman. Another one of them, Vicky Everett. She's kind of got a little bit of a twang. But they both brought something up to me today, and it had to do with what's real, you know. And I don't know how to explain it. And Vicky, hey Gabba, Vicky kind of down under. Gabba, good to see you, buddy. Hey Chad, man, you know I'm with you. I know you want to give me a hug, so love you too, buddy. Vicky, I was joking with Vicky today, and she said something to me which just made me crack up. I said, you know, she says, "Oh, when are you going live?" I said, 5 o'clock, you know, you gonna be there? And she says, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't miss it," you know, so on and so forth. She says, "Well, it's like pulling back the curtain on Oz," which I guess, hey Megan, which was like, I don't know if that was a backhanded compliment, like maybe I'm not the person that I portray myself to be out there in the world, but on Facebook, but I'm sure I do. And Beth said something similar. She talked about her Facebook friends and then her real friends. And it sat with me, and I rarely disagree with my buddy Beth Workman, because she's wise as all get out. But I disagreed with her, and I was thinking about what's real, and I wanted to start with a little tour of my bedroom. Very nice, Vicky, thank you. Tour of my bedroom and what's real to me and what's important. I want to share my life with... No flying monkeys, don't even worry about it, Mr. Mills. We got you covered, though. But I do got some stuff to show me. Let me share my enclave here with you and what's important to me. I am a wizard. You are correct, Miss Campbell. This is my bedroom. This is what's important to me and what makes... You guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear. And make sure you share this. Make sure you're giving money to my dear Michelle. Fightwithmichelle.com. Thanks for setting up that website, Ken, and the GoFundMe. I got my records and my stereo, some big speakers. Those are important. I wanted to show you, this is where I keep my Kurt Vonnegut books. That's essential. Absolutely essential right there. Oh, I want to show you. I don't have flying monkeys, Isaiah, but I do have something you'll like. This is me when I had some hair. Little Dutch boy, so there you go. I don't have a flying monkey, but I do have a diving pig. So we got that there for you. Yeah, Vicky, you know I love all the music. Oh wait, got a diving pig, and then I got the flying pig in here. These are my most treasured and most important books. The bottom here being the architecture section. And I want to show you something this one's not funny, but this is so beautiful. This little bee here. I'll show you that bee. Remember that bee? I want to show you a picture of my son Devin with our cat Charlie, who's no longer with us. I just wanted to give you that little tour. That bee and that picture of my son Devin, that was 2009. He gave them to me. I was in a pretty bad accident, drunk as all get out, and I went into rehab for a month. And my son gave me those to remember him while he was there, while I was there. And they're pretty dear to me. Talk about reminders in front of me every day. It's a beautiful thing. Hey Joey. So I mean, pretty amazing stuff. I was thinking, I was nervous all night, thinking about Michelle. How do you honor her? I mean, I was up 4 o'clock this morning pacing. How do I help our dear Michelle? What can I do? Will I freeze up? Will I just sit here and stare like some kind of stupid deer in the headlights? Will I just start ugly crying with boogers and stuff like that? I mean, what was going to happen, Could I be funny? Could I be charming? Could I ease her pain? What could I do for her? I was paralyzed by fear, and then Beth and Vicky, they brought it all home, So I thought about what's real. Exactly, just be yourself. I love it, my man, Isaiah. You are as wise as they get, and you and your wife are beautiful people. So I thought about what's real, and I had a little challenge for you guys. I think, we talk about Facebook friends, and are they real friends? Are they fake? Are they just these people we just make jokes about and share cat pictures and all these sort of things? I mean, Calvert does some beautiful yoga and down there in Costa Rica and all that. But are we real friends? Are we honest? Are we true? Megan, my full last name, last time I will admit it, nobody record this, do not repeat it, is Obersian. If you consider me your real friend, if you consider the other people here your real friend, comment the word friend right now, please. We are real friends. I'm going to be all over the place. You know why? Well, I just want to tell you, right there, you can fit so much spaghetti in there, I promise you that. No doubt. Michelle, when you started going through this ordeal, and I know it's just the beginning, you started chronicling it, and you went and got the titanium injection. And I'm going to keep this G-rated, but you made a comment about the injection and where it was and some funny hashtags. And you made me laugh. Oh, you made me laugh. And then I felt warm inside, and I became teary. And, this lion of a woman, this gentle woman, who's so kind, who's so fierce, who's accomplished so much. I said, I don't know if I should laugh or if I should cry. I don't know what to do. And she said, oh, my dear, you laugh. Like it was the most natural thing in the world. Exactly, Metal Tits. Great name for a rock band. Absolutely. And it was like, I was supposed to feel sorry for you or like pity you or something, and I wanted to help. And it was like you just took my face in your hands and said, you know what? It's okay, Josh. I got this. And it was unbelievable. Just earth-shaking. I mean, I don't even know what else to say about you. It's like if you meet somebody with, in a moment, in a look, in a phrase, a sentence, an action, they just can completely define themselves. That defines you as a person. You've got this. Amazing, amazing human being. Anybody who's in here and hasn't donated yet, you are going to answer to me, so look out, okay? Tim Kettle will tell you I'm no one to be trifled with. So just watch it and keep those hearts coming. Yes, thank you. Isaiah Mills is going to keep this alive for me, so I really appreciate that. Another funny thing is I love, it's not funny, but serendipity. You know, about 4:30, 4:40, I went for a walk around my neighborhood, and I was lost and confused and nervous and all sorts of things. I'm going to sit here for a minute if that works for you. And I was walking around, and I came back in my house, and my sister-in-law was in here. She's a lovely, talking about a lovely, strong woman. She's a 20-year breast cancer survivor. You know, she just watched her oldest graduate college. She's about to watch her next oldest graduate college next May. And she's fierce and funny and beautiful. And it was minutes, 5 minutes before I'm going to come on here and talk. I mean, how does this happen? Is it an accident? I don't think so. You know, I mean, I got some confusion about the whole God thing and my place with religion and all that, but, you know, somebody's looking out for something, you know? I mean, I don't even know, I know Michelle's got her. I know you have your struggles with God, but I wanted to tell another story. I'm just going to ramble and you guys enjoy it because I love you. Anybody who doesn't believe it, you're wrong. I can assure you of that. Glenn Lundy called me on a video call a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago. And he's sitting in his office in his silly Raiders chair. And we're talking, and it's kind of, he was unusually calm and unanimated and not that frantic for Glenn Lundy, you know, he's just sitting there. And, you know, hey, Josh, you know, thanks, Bambi. He says, you know, I just wanted to say hey and thanks, and I'm glad you're my friend. And I'm happy to, you know, have you in here lifting us up, and I'm glad I can help you, and so on and so forth. Thank you, Vicky. Hashtag that and patent it and make $1 million right there. Let's make some t-shirts, Vicky. I want 30%. You know, and I said, yeah, it's been pretty good. And then I say to him, you know, it's amazing. I've been making these changes. I just come out of the gym trying to catch up with Don Sankey and Ryan Smith and Glenn Lundy with the biceps and all that kind of stuff. What's up, Dave Fields? You're going to see a grown man weep, buddy. And so I say, Glenn, you know, I decided to go back to church. I'm trying church again. I don't know where I'm going with this. And he goes, oh, yeah. And he puts up his hands and he kicks himself back from the desk and he stands up and puts his arms up in the air and he's like, yes. It was phenomenal, you know. And it was funny, I told him that and he was so excited, you know, because I had gone to church on Father's Day. And some of you know, Tim, if you're still in here, you know, my father died. I was a sophomore in college. And it was one of the crushing events you could ever imagine, you know, crushing. So I went back to church. I showed up at the wrong time because they were on the summer schedule. And it's this church. It's from 1715, stone church. You could imagine George Washington sitting in a pew there, you know, and it's in the middle of one of those old churches that has a cemetery around it. There's like Revolutionary War soldiers. I live right near Valley Forge Park, for those of you that don't know. And it was just beautiful. And it was a beautiful day, and it's Father's Day, and I missed church. So I walked through the graveyard, you know, and my father, for Lord knows what reason, used to absolutely adore walking through old graveyards and looking at the stories, you know, the stories that these tombstones told, you know. Hey, Tammy. And I told Glenn that, and I was like, You think I found something there? You think maybe I ran into God on that day? I would say I did. So yeah, the universe is conspiring for us, in our favor. You know, sometimes it's not all clear for us and the path isn't laid out. We need others, and we need people to smack us in the head to give us the direction. But it's there, and we got to take hold. And you people, my Pawleys Island peep, Dave Clayton, you've helped make that happen. What you've done for dear Michelle and Chad Morgan, who's waving right now, you guys are amazing. I mean, the story of Chad and what his ups and downs, you know, Michelle's ups and downs, what you've gone through, it's what makes you real people, you know? I mean, I was talking about being real earlier. That's what makes you real people, you know? You're the people I want to walk next to. The people that have lived and been kicked to the ground, and life's tried to kick your ass, and you're back here. You're lifting each other up, and you're fighting the good fight, you know? I hope I'm not depressing anybody too much, you know? I actually have a pretty good sense of humor. It's just, I left it on that walk outside, or I don't know what happened. It's been a transformative day. What Lisa Copeland and Glenn and Sean have put together. Ken Walls with the website. My God. I mean, that's good news right there, Anthony. It's been transformative. I mean, the whole day, it's like I'm walking around in a trance. I mean, it started 4 o'clock this morning, and I remember who the first person was at 4. Of course, Glenn had his 5:30 slot because he's a prima donna and just had to be in his slot. I'm sure he fought for that one, but we love you anyway, Glenn. You know, Scott Simons, he's 10 times the man I'll ever be. I told him, I said, I want to drive down to Virginia just to shake your hand. I'm going to do it next month. And I'm not kidding. Hey, Pat Tedesco, you know, it would be worth it to drive to Virginia to shake Scott Simons' hand, you know? I mean, it might be a hug, Scott, but I would get out of the car, give you a hug, and drive home, and I'd be satisfied. Unless you need a sales manager down there, down at Valley, you know, then maybe we can have a further discussion about that, buddy, you know? But you're a good man. So many moving testimonies. Ryan Smith was one of the most mind-boggling, mind-bending, touching experiences I've ever heard from another human being. My God, the man is, oh, geez, he's beautiful. His testament to himself, to his wife, to you, Michelle and Chad. Such composure, such grace, unbelievable. Yeah, amen to Scott Simons, Tammy, you're right. Everybody loves you guys, all of you. How am I doing on time? Let me take a look over here. Somebody give me the time? Please. I'm ready. You know, I don't want to blank and have nothing else to say. Yeah, Rhino's a stud. Absolutely. Still waiting for the time. You know, and how much money do we raise? I got about 10 minutes left. Good deal. I can deal with that. I wanted to read a couple things. Thanks, Chris. You're a good man. Chris and Chris. Okay, cool. Michelle, you made me think of something. I don't read scripture really, but what I do read is baseball. So, and literature. I was an English major with my buddy Tim Cowher. He did better than I did, so I'm selling cars now. I don't know if you guys know The Natural. It was a book written, I believe, in the 50s by Bernard Malamud. Later, obviously, you guys probably know the movie with Robert Redford. I'm going to turn the fan off, Tammy. Don't you sweat it. How about the light, too? Yeah, whatever. How's that? I do like Paul Davids, especially between 1940 and 1965, about when jazz was good, too. Does that light work? I don't know if I'm able to see when I read. But The Natural's a fascinating book. The book's a little more intense than the movie, actually. It's about a guy who was like a wonder kid baseball player. He was gonna be the best there ever was. The best. Yeah, you're darn right, Chris. And he's on his way to the big city for the tryout for the team. And he gets there, and the first night, he's in a hotel room, and some sort of weird stalker fan lady comes to his room, and she shoots him in the gut. And he disappears for 15 years. And then he comes back. You know, Lord knows what he's been doing. 15 years, he's older. It's his last chance. He comes back, and he just bursts onto the scene. But it tears him up. How's the fam, Tammy? But it tears him up, you know. I mean, his body can't take it anymore. His soul is beaten down. One night he's sitting in a lake with a sweetheart from his younger days, from his hometown, named Iris. They're sitting at a lake. When I left rehab in November, just after Thanksgiving, November 2009, I sat in a circle with about 100 people, and I spoke to them. And I read this passage, and it's one of the most important passages to me as a person I've ever encountered. And I'm going to share it with you now. I don't know if I'll be able to make eye contact or not. So Roy Hobbs says, "What beats me," he said with a trembling voice, "is why did it always happen to me? What did I do to deserve it?" Iris asks, "Being stopped before you started?" He nodded. "Perhaps it was because you were a good person." "How's that?" Roy asks. "Experience makes good people better." She was staring at the lake. "How does it do that?" Roy asks. "Through their suffering." "I had enough of that," he said in disgust. Iris says, "We have two lives, Roy. The life we learn with and the life we live after that. Suffering is what brings us towards happiness." "I had it up to here." He ran a finger across his windpipe. "Had what?" "What I suffered, and I don't want any more." "It teaches us to want the right things," Iris said. Amazing stuff. Yeah, the movie's a little bit more glamorous than that. Bob Berrig, we're honoring my friend Michelle. She's having a hard time, and we love her. We're raising money. If somebody comment the website, please, so everybody can see, and everybody can share. Give $1, give $2, give a quarter. It doesn't matter. How many people do we have in these groups? How many friends do we have between them? Is there any excuse not to hit that $50,000? And what did Scott Simons put up for us? $2,500 he matched. Josh Cummins, $2,000. Glenn Lundy, $1,000. I put up my money. I won't tell you how much it was, but it's an embarrassingly small amount, and it's not even a drop in the bucket. But I did what I could for you. I truly did. How am I doing on time? Everybody tell me. What do I got? Because I do have some more stuff to share with you guys. Give me the time. 5:24, 6 minutes. You guys sick of this yet, or shall we continue? Hey, Becca. I want to read a little something to you from, this is about being real. This is about friendship. I'm going to read 2 packages. Dougie Fresh, thank you, sir. 6 minutes for Dougie Fresh, that's your time right there, brother. Oh my God. Hey, Mike Phillips. I'm going to give you a line from A Little Life from Hanya Yanagihara. Probably the most crying I've ever done reading that book. The character says, I don't even need to give you background. The only trick of friendship, I think, is to find people who are better than you are. Not smarter, not cooler, but kinder and more generous and more forgiving. And then to appreciate them for what they can teach you and try to listen to them when they tell you something about yourself, no matter how bad or good it might be, and to trust them, which is the hardest thing of all, but the best as well. Thank you, Scott. You're a good man. And I got another one from the same book that I just made me think of Michelle, think of all of us, you know. Sean Hayes, in his infinite wisdom, you know, he was talking about how everything's not all unicorns and rainbows. You know, we're all on Facebook and everybody's going to Tahiti and buying Lear jets and driving Lamborghinis and on vacation 365 days a year, you know, counting fat stacks of money. Well, there's a little more to it. Thank you, Mr. Barrett. There's a little bit more to it, obviously. And, you know, I'll take the beaten, the broken, the people have risen above any day. You're my people. You guys are my people. You'll always be my people. People think you're damaged good, that you've got baggage. You guys are survivors. We're all survivors. We're dangerous because we know what we can endure and survive. Michelle, I know what you can endure and survive, and I know that you will. You've got 3 of the most beautiful children. Good God. Angels. I can't imagine what they're going through. Can't imagine Chad and you. And I know you guys have had a long, hard ride. But I got a line for you. Things get broken. Sometimes they get repaired. And in most cases, you realize that no matter what gets damaged, life rearranges itself to compensate for your loss. Sometimes wonderfully. Michelle, we love you. You're wonderful. This is your life being rearranged wonderfully. You're suffering. I know you are. I'll never ignore the elephant in the room. I'm not going to gloss over it. It's not glamorous. It's not fun. But you're far from alone. Anybody in here right now, anybody that watches this video, I stand by you. We're soldiers in battle together. We've got her back. I looked at that list of 48 people all around this country. Thank you, Tammy. You trying to get rid of me? I turned the fan off. All around this country, all around this world, the people, the titans of our industry, you know, these are people that I look up to, people that live life the right way. People want to meet LeBron, they want to meet Kobe, they want to meet Beyonce, whatever, man. I want to go shake Sean Hayes' hand. I want to hug Glenn Lundy. Megan, I want to come visit your BDC and see your BDC board in person. I love all you guys. I'll do anything I can for you. I'll do what I can for Michelle and Chad. All I got is I can be honest, and I can give what little money I have to you. Anyway, for those of you who missed it, I did wear this special shirt. Isaiah, did you catch this? If I had known that you could write backwards, I would have had you fix that for me, buddy. And then I guess I probably would have had a flying monkey insignia on it while I was at it, but such is life. I'm going to sign off now. Yeah, you're darn right, Vicky. Peace, people. Share this. Share Michelle's story. Go on the page. Watch her documentary. Peace.